It started like any other business-class flight from London. Two women, dressed casually, rolling 7 large suitcases through Heathrow Airport. No one stopped them. No alarms went off. The scanners didn't blink. They boarded a flight to Dubai, calmly took their seats, and waited for takeoff. But inside those suitcases, under layers of clothing and toiletries, wasn't what airport staff expected. No drugs, no weapons, just cash. Millions of pounds in crisp, clean, untraceable banknotes. Vacuum-sealed and carefully packed. This wasn't a one-off. It was part of a massive, well-oiled operation. A shadowy courier network that secretly smuggled over £100 million in dirty money out of the UK and into Dubai. And at the center of it all was a man most had never heard of. A man who stayed silent, out of reach, and above suspicion, until it all fell apart. The quiet mastermind. His name was Abdullah Muhammad Ali bin Zayed Al Falasi. He didn't look like a kingpin. No criminal record. No gold chains. No flashy presence. Just a quiet man from Dubai, with a powerful last name and a clean passport. But behind closed doors, he'd created one of the most effective criminal cash smuggling systems the UK had ever seen. It started small. On New Year's Day, 2020, Abdullah flew from Heathrow to Dubai with 11 suitcases. Inside them, £700,000 in cash. Declared, but barely raising eyebrows. It wouldn't be the last time. Over the course of just 10 flights, he moved £6 million himself. Then, he scaled. He built a system. Couriers. Logistics. Forged paperwork. Every detail meticulously planned. Clients, mostly organized crime groups and drug traffickers, would pay a 10% fee. In return, their money disappeared from the UK and resurfaced in Dubai, washed, clean, and ready to spend. To cover it all up, Al Falasi registered a gold trading company, Omnivest Gold Trading. It looked legitimate. On paper, it was all above board. But in reality, it was a front. Couriers were handed forged documents claiming they were transporting cash for this fake business. And the most shocking part? The network was run almost entirely by people you'd never suspect. The girls next door. They didn't look like criminals. No gang tattoos. No street affiliations. Just regular women. Ex-models. Corporate professionals. Instagram influencers. The kind of people you'd pass on the street without a second thought. Take Tara Hamlin, for example. A recruitment manager from Leeds. Blonde, 30, successful. She had already made 3 previous trips to Dubai, smoothly smuggling more than £3.5 million. She followed every instruction to the letter. Pack the cash bricks at the bottom of the case, seal them with vacuum plastic, wrap them in coffee grounds to throw off sniffer dogs, then layer clothes on top. On October 3, 2020, she walked into Heathrow's Terminal 5 with 5 massive suitcases. She was accompanied by Megan Reeves, another courier. The check-in desk didn't blink. Another girl's trip to Dubai. But this time, Border Force officers were watching. A sniffer dog caught the scent. Hamlin was pulled aside. Inside her bags, £1.9 million in cash. When officers checked her phone, they uncovered the entire structure. Messages, flight times, packing instructions, even requests for 12 more girls who are fit, can't talk, and reliable. Hamlin's arrest didn't just expose one courier. It started to unravel the entire network. The woman behind the curtain. Authorities soon zeroed in on one name, Michelle Clark. She wasn't a courier. She didn't carry bags or pass through scanners. She was the orchestrator. A former Sky TV executive assistant, Clark had moved to Dubai with her husband and children. On the surface, she was living a normal expat life. But beneath that life, she was building something vast. She never used calls, only encrypted messaging. She recruited each courier personally. She gave them forged company documents, detailed flight instructions, and burner phones. Before every trip, she sent out messages. When to check in, what to say, how to act, and when to shut up. She created a group chat titled Sunshine and Lollipops, a deceptively cheerful name for a cash smuggling hub. Inside the chat, she ruled with precision. Couriers were instructed to destroy their burner phones after each run. They were given first-class flights on Emirates to gain a higher baggage allowance. They stayed in luxury resorts for 2 nights, then flew home, clean and paid. Most of them never met Clark in person, but the few who did said she carried herself with an air of official authority, like someone who worked for an embassy. And that's exactly what she claimed. The unlikely army. Over time, the network expanded. More couriers joined. Many were young women recruited through friends of friends. Each had one thing in common. They looked trustworthy. People like Jovan, a former model known for dating boxer Joe Calzaghe. She smuggled millions across 2 trips with her partner Jonathan Johnson, a corporate recruiter. Amy Harrison, a quiet woman from Surrey who took 3 trips, helping with logistics and packing. Beatrice Audi, a media-savvy 26-year-old from Fulham, who not only smuggled but helped organize trips for others. Nicola Essen, in her 50s, kept off digital radar, but still carried 19 suitcases over multiple runs. Then there were names like Muhammad Ilis, Paige Henry, and Stacey Borg. Each played a role. Each followed orders. Each got caught. Some of them believed what they were doing was legal. Some didn't ask questions. But they all believed the same lie, that they'd never get caught. The machinery of a million-pound scheme. The cash came from gangs, mostly drug-related. It was delivered to counting houses in London. Empty flats turned into cash factories. Inside, no furniture, just tables, scales, vacuum sealers, plastic wrap, and bags. Each suitcase was pre-packed with £500,000, topped with clothes and scented sheets to disguise the smell. Then came the flights. Airport security never flagged them, because the UK doesn't scan for cash. Their focus? Weapons, explosives, drugs. The loophole? There's no law requiring scanners to detect cash. Once a courier was airborne, it was too late. In Dubai, customs received forged letters from Omnivest Gold Trading. Stamped, signed, fake, but enough to fool officials. Handlers met them at the airport. Bags were collected. Couriers checked into resorts. Money disappeared into the system. ACT6, the collapse. The network didn't fall because of one mistake. It collapsed because everyone eventually made theirs. After Hamlin, more arrests followed. Zdenek Kamarit, a Czech national, was arrested at Heathrow with £1.3 million. Larvin and Johnson, the influencer couple, were arrested in Manchester. Amy Harrison was caught soon after. Beatrice Audi was arrested at her home. Nicola Essen, Muhammad Ilis, and others soon followed. Each phone seized gave investigators more names. Each boarding pass linked one courier to another. Flight bookings, hotel stays, all paid using the same credit card. Abdullah Al-Falasi's. Still, he remained untouchable, protected in Dubai. That is, until he came to them. The fall of the kingpin. In December 2021, Abdullah Al-Falasi made a crucial mistake. He flew to London, with his wife and children, for what appeared to be a personal trip. No aliases. No warning. He was staying in Belgravia, at a property owned by his in-laws. UK authorities moved fast. By lunchtime, he was in custody. 3 phones were seized. Inside, photos of couriers, passport scans, packing lists, itineraries, handwritten notes. It was all there. Everything. ACT8. In the summer of 2022, at Isleworth Crown Court, the operation's story came to a close. Abdullah Al-Falasi pled guilty to laundering over £100 million. He was sentenced to 9 years and 7 months in prison. Authorities seized £2.5 million in assets, cars, watches, and more. Tara Hamlin, the courier who cracked the case open, received 34 months in prison. Zdenek Kamarit got 2 years and 10 months. Jovan was handed a suspended sentence and 200 hours of unpaid work. Jonathan Johnson also received a suspended sentence. Others, like Harrison, Essen, and Audi, were given various prison terms or suspended sentences based on cooperation. But one key figure still remains out of reach. Michelle Clark, the woman who ran the courier network from her Dubai apartment, has not left the UAE since 2020. She remains under investigation, unable to return, but not yet extradited. Outro. This was a heist without guns. A crime without violence. Just suitcases, gold-plated lies, and a system that let it all slip through. Airports used like motorways. Laws exploited. Trust broken. And in the middle of it all, ordinary people pulled into an extraordinary crime. What do you think? Was justice served? Did the sentences match the damage done? Let us know in the comments. And subscribe if you want more real stories, more hidden crimes, and more truth beneath the headlines. Because this is just one of many stories still waiting to be uncovered.